A few steps that I can actually say that help you to reach your goal. Looking at this football field, without goals, there's no goal. There's nothing to do, there's just playing around. So be aware that you are having a goal. Doesn't need to be the good, doesn't need to be the best, but at least have a direction. Because with no direction, you just play around and it doesn't help you. Then the next step is to assess where are you at now. For example, when you start a game, often you start with 0-0, right? Unless there's something else. But we know that when you want to achieve a goal, often you are farther away from it than you think, or maybe even closer. For example, if you're born in a rich environment with a good network, with access to all kinds of means, if you have a huge amount of money, then you are easier into you have a few steps ahead. When you're not, then you need to work a little bit harder, or you need to find a different tactic to have the right people around you. That's one of the assessments that I want you to do. Then the next assessment, or the next part of this assessment when you want to achieve a goal, is like, what do you already have? Do you have people that are your coaches that can be a part of your training staff? Like somebody who wants to help you to achieve your goal. For example, if you want to have your diploma but you have difficulties with a subject, are there people that are able to help you studying or getting the right information? On the field is you. What skills do you already have to study? What are the skills that you have already that you are like, yes, I can do it, or the mindset that you already have? What are your disciplines? Are you disciplined enough to set up an alarm for studying or spend time on studying and all these things? Then the other part is, because if you know what helps you, it also knows that you help yourself what works against you. And that's this part. This part for me is actually the nicest part, because if I know what doesn't work, for example, I love to procrastinate. When I made this video, I think I thought it for like 2 or 3 weeks to start making this video. I tend to doubt myself. Actually, I tend to overthink a lot of stuff, in the sense of like, yeah, am I good enough? Will people like this? Yeah, how should I explain this? Because English is not my first language, because probably in Dutch I will do it better. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this works against me. Well, some people don't like my writing style. Yeah, that can work against me. So I need to draw a little bit better. Are there people who are naysayers or boo, or they're like they like to say bad things about me? Definitely. Knowing this, I can get to the next step. What do I need to overcome this? And then I get back to my training staff again. Do I need to have some motivation of people that are like, hey, Cor, you can do this? Or, Cor, hey, listen, you're doubting, but have you thought of this mindset? Do I have access to other people? Yes. And in that sense, I can get my skills up on the field so that I can reach my goal easier. Think of those things that can help you. And I'm sharing this with you because this is something that I found out in hindsight. If you take this up front when you want to achieve a goal, this will definitely help you ahead. And finally, do it. Because even if you have the best coaches in the world, even if you have the best skills, if you don't overcome your doubts, your goals won't be reached. And sometimes it doesn't go in a straight line, right? In soccer or in every sports, you have a tactic. Sometimes you go forward, then you need to go backwards so that your opponents go to you, and then eventually one of your skills will escape and make the goal, and then you will be your own superstar. But in a good tactic, if you're working this out, you can definitely get this done. Hopefully this gets you inspired to take action. Write down your goals, assess where you are at, assess your skills, assess also what works against you, and moreover, take action. Wish you a great day.